We begin tonight with some breaking news. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Dodge County's top cop pled guilty to a wire fraud charge. Sheriff Dustin Weitzel could face up to 20 years in prison at sentencing this fall. Prosecutors allege this all started in 2018 before Dodge County elected him as sheriff. Investigators say as treasurer for a Dodge County police union, Weitzel wired more than $45,000 in union funds into his personal account over the course of 4 years. He allegedly returned about $41,000 from his personal accounts back into the union account before investigators caught on, leaving a gap of about $4,000. As part of his plea agreement, Weitzel agreed that he will surrender his law enforcement certification before sentencing and will not work as a law enforcement officer in the future. Well, turning to weather now, if you spent any time